So that is not a natural, that is against nature. Trees do not throw down, trees throw up.
Welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Skyller Dykstra.
And I'm Heather Dykstra.
We are in the beautiful mountains of Colorado. We left this morning out of Ouray and we are headed to Imogene Pass.
Yeah, it's beautiful out here. So much rich mining history. And I'm excited. We came last year, but I didn't get a chance to drive.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, so I have my rig this year and I am excited to hit the trail.
Well, let's go.
Let's go.
I would say one of the best things you don't get anywhere else is the amazing trail system that we have here. I mean, we're called the Little Switzerland for a reason. So it's like the twin city to like the Switzerland of America. So that's kind of what we're known for. So it's super cool. The trail system's amazing. So a lot of waterfalls, rugged terrain, great for Jeeps, side-by-sides. I mean, everything is just amazing. I grew up here riding dirt bikes and this is where I learned to ride. So it's great to take this skill here and pretty much take it anywhere in the world. So that's one of my favorite things. The people are great. I mean, it's really a family, tight-knit community.
Skyller lives just down the street from me. And I've been in the Jeeping now for some 35, 40 years. And when I met him, we go out to Little Moab, do a little rock crawling and stuff like that. So it's just really a lot of fun. And he invited me to come along with this. Actually, I am a member of their Dirty Adventure crew. Good bunch of people. Yeah, a little more extreme on the roads and things to get to a lot of places. That's probably the big difference, but Utah does have some pretty awesome sites up in the mountains and trails like that. But Colorado is just nuts, I guess you could put it.
Wow, look at this gorgeous waterfall.
Yeah, Silver Basin is an amazing place to explore. There's so many little side attractions to get you off the busy trail.
Absolutely, there's no shortage of beautiful things to see out here. While we're checking out this waterfall, you guys take a look at our next story.
Parts of southern Utah have served as infamous hideouts for many outlaws. With its rugged terrain and seemingly endless labyrinth of slot canyons and washes, Robbers Roost was the perfect hideaway for bank and train robbers evading the law. Most notably, Butch Cassidy and the Wild Bunch. Today, JP Sport Adventures is guiding a group into the unforgiving landscape on a journey into the past.
We're traveling through Poison Springs and we're coming down the Granite Wash, basically from the Henry Mountains. We started in Hanksville and we're basically following the same path that the outlaws took. And it wasn't just Butch Cassidy and the Wild Bunch. There's been outlaws in this area since early and mid 1800s. So you're seeing a lot of other signatures too. But it's kind of neat, and as you're going along, you can feel that aura.
Yeah, we've got a group of friends. We've been riding together for about 20 years, once a year for 20 years. But this one weekend, we spend the whole 3 or 4 days together, so it's fun.
We don't get together really throughout the year, so we look forward to the time that we have together, four-wheeling and hanging out.
It's a little different. Yesterday we went up into the Henrys, and there was trees. And then today it's a whole different situation where there's rocks. And so it was really fun to see the difference in the same area.
You see so many different colors, so many different environments within just one day. You can just see it all at once, and it's fun to get together and just be out in nature to feel it and see it.
Well, I always thought like Robbers Roost was just like one small location, like a cabin. I didn't realize it was such a big, vast area. And yeah, I've learned a lot of the history of what they did and how they lived out here, how they hid from the law. I could see it's pretty easy to lose a needle in a haystack out there.
We saw the Kid Curry signature, which is kind of on your way towards Henry Mountains. Definitely a lot of cool places they could hide, beautiful country. I mean, I could imagine just staying here myself. It's just amazing. You just look at the vast land, you're like, how did they do all this in horses?
The gullies and the rocks and the history. It's great having the guide because they give you the history behind it and a lot of the stuff from years past and the outlaws that used to run around here. They know this place like the back of their hands because a lot of them live here and have generations that have lived here and can show you a lot of the little things that you'd never maybe read in a book or a map. Or
my great-great-grandfather Charlie Gibbons settled here in 1882.
Wow.
And yeah, and he settled the Fairview Ranch and then moved on to the Granite Ranch. Butch Cassidy actually worked for him as a kid.
That's cool.
Yes, yes, and then came and he helped him out a lot. I mean, they knew each other well, and he's got lots of old stories, or had lots of old stories.
I really enjoyed Poison Springs Canyon. That was just great to be able to drive into that down in the wash and see how everything just changed to green because there's water down in there and gets the life that it needs to grow the trees and bushes and everything.
We're seeing these petroglyphs. We're seeing a lot of the cool things like Butch Cassidy's signature, Kid Curry's signature. Let's enjoy the art that's been here for centuries and leave it for centuries to come. Let's share this.
The cave was probably my favorite part. We got to hike for a little bit of a challenge, not too bad, but then we got to the cave. It goes back in deep. We were able to hold, our whole group. And so it was really fun. We had a great time in there.
you know, you can always look on a map and see certain things if you just want to go to a certain spot, but a guide's great for giving you the history and the background.
And I get to share my passion, which is outdoors, with people that love it just as much. Look us up on jpsportadventures.com or jorgensens.com.
We run into people from all over parts of the country that come here, all over the world, that come to Utah.
That's fun.
And it's really fun. They're impressed with what we have in our backyard.
Come out, come join us on this, enjoy it with us, and spread the news too that, hey, let's save this for our grandkids and great-grandkids, and so they have these stories to tell too.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. I'm Skyller.
And I'm Heather.
We are standing up here above Ouray, Colorado in the San Juan Mountains.
Right in front of us, you'll see the remnants of the San Pedro mine that used to be here.
There's mining remnants scattered all throughout this mountain from when they used to mine silver and gold out here.
Whenever I see some of these big monster pulleys and tables and the old ore carts, how the heck did they do it, you know? And some of the major stuff they got up there was unreal. Huge weight, tons and tons of stuff, and they still got it up here. They didn't have helicopters, and poor horses that had to pull some of it up. That would be difficult.
Once you're a part of the San Juan Mountains, for some reason it's different than the other mountains, bro. I lived up in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, in between the two parks, and For some reason, the San Juan Mountains are totally different than the rest. Maybe it's all the dead ghosts up here. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of dead miners that never made it out of this country. Yeah. Come from back east or come from Ireland or Italy and you came here and you never left here. You came from that country, you worked here till you were 35 and you never made it out of here. So I believe there's still a lot of souls and ghosts here. But anyways, my in-laws started this and we don't have many workers, so we open the 4 days a week, but we do 1,200 people a day. So we do almost 5,000 people in 4 days through here. I have people that come back and tell me, we've been waiting 6 years to come back here and eat. And I thought, wow, where do you live? There's no burger joint in your place where you've had to wait 6 years to come back here? So we have like a following of, I still do customers that my mother-in-law did 35 years ago from.
The town's amazing. It's grown a lot, probably in the last 20 years. We've been here since 2004 doing side-by-side rentals, so we've been one of the first here doing those, so that's been really cool. It's been really cool to see it evolve and just see like the Ouray hot springs. That's kind of one of the big point of interest here in town. A lot of people come here from all over the world to experience that. The winter time's also a busy time for the ice climbing festival that we have here. People come from all over the world to experience that. So here at Ride Adventures, we rent out side-by-sides for people and their families, so everybody can get that experience as a family as a whole, to be able to go out and experience these trails together, whether you're 5 or 50. You know, it's great fun for everybody. Of course, Jeeps is where it started, but you know, side-by-sides have really made it kind of including the whole family, and it's just been really cool things. I would say a lot of the reason people come here is just to escape the busy, you know, hustle and bustle of where they're from. We get a lot of Texans here, a lot of people from California. So I think people just come here just to experience this greatness.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. I'm Skyler.
And I'm Heather. And right now you can see we're above the town of Ouray, Colorado, and you can really see why they call it the Switzerland of America from up here.
Yes, you can. So we are here on Pozo Rock right now on Imogene Pass, and we are just feet away from going over the top.
Beautiful ride. There's no more beautiful country in the whole wide world. Finally, kind of feel sorry for the people in Switzerland because we've got it all right here. Seeing the countryside. There's nothing more beautiful than this. Look at the mountains up behind me here. How do you get any more beautiful than that? Make sure you got lockers. You don't need them every place, but where we was yesterday, if you don't have them, you don't get to do some of the really fun climbs and stuff like that.
So my advice is always, you know, you need at least a minimum of 4 days out here. I mean, if you could spend a summer, that'd be the way to do it. But a lot of people only have a few days. So I would always say, you know, hit at the hot springs, you know, that's amazing. Get out there on the trails, get out of town, experience that, you know, that tree line, above tree line feel, you know, just something you don't really get anywhere else. So that, you know, the great restaurants we have in town, you know, just all the hospitality, everything is just amazing. So that would be my recommendation. Get out here and experience it.
What makes it a great idea is the mountains, bro. I meet people here. I've run this kitchen for 24 years, and I meet people from all over the world, and I meet people that are billionaires, and they tell me they can go anywhere and travel in the world, and they come back here every single year to vacation. And I ask them why, and they tell me it's the majestic mountains.
we made it up to Imogene Pass. It's glorious up here. How high up are we?
We are at 13,114 feet. One thing to remember when you're up at this high in elevations, to drink plenty of water.
Absolutely. And while there are gorgeous wildflowers along the way, we want to remind you not to pick them. And there are some adorable critters. Please don't feed them.
So while we get back down the trail, why don't you guys go check out our next story?
Hey, I'm Scott Phillips, and this is my good friend Tim Ryan. We're enjoying the Idaho Vintage Jeep Festival. We've been out on the trail in Tim's Commando, and it's been a lot of fun to see that. Tim just barely buttoned up a full drivetrain swap on this thing about 1 a.m. last night.
1 a.m. We got a couple hours sleep and headed north.
Tell me a little bit about what you guys ended up having to do.
Well, we swapped the engine, transmission, and transfer case this week because last year on this event, we baked the motor, overheated it, and so we swapped to a heavier duty transmission and then a transfer case that also has lower gears. So happy to say, since it didn't get any test driving time, it was flawless.
This is the test drive. Well, these vintage Jeeps are pretty amazing. It's incredible to see just what you can do with the old school, old tech. They take a little bit of work to keep running, but they sure are fun.
Mine is a 67 Commando. It's got a 79 Buick 3.8 liter engine in it. And just last night, about 1 a.m., we finished putting the Ford T18 transmission in and a Dana 20 transfer case with the low gear set in it. So we were able to crawl up this hill today at a super slow pace and very comfortable.
It's a really fun event, really casual. You know, usually the first day on Saturday, it's a fairly mild trail. We had a couple challenges today. And then if you stay over till Sunday, then he tries to take you out to a more challenging area. One of the funnest things about it is, you know, this is a technology from the late 1930s, early 1940s, and the fact that we can take these rigs out and do a lot of the stuff that the big high dollar rigs are doing. It's just really fun to get out and kind of, what can I do with this rig in its current configuration? I really love it.
The Idaho Vintage Jeep Rally started in 2018 and since then has grown every year. It's an event where people talk shop about their vehicles, exchange ideas, discuss what works and what doesn't. Many of these old rigs are stock, but just like with new Jeeps, it's really all about the modifications.
Well, V8 Swap Shop, we do just that. We put a new life in these old Jeeps that only have 4 and 6 cylinders, or any of those that feel like they want to step up like that, and give them a heartbeat, we say, you know. We'll put a V8 engine in any Jeep, new or old. The old iron just speaks to me. You know, new vehicles just don't have as much class, as much style. These old Jeeps just have all of that, but they don't have a lot of power. And for anybody that wants to put bigger tires on it or go play in the sand or any of these things that require more power, we can put a V8 engine in of any type. We do used, new, rebuilt. I love seeing the variety of old Jeeps. All these guys that have fixed their Jeeps up, they all have a different way of going about it. They all do a different thing to theirs, and it all sets them apart, but they still have that cool old Jeep vibe.
This brings back a lot of nostalgia for me. My family got introduced to Jeeps when my grandpa bought a 48 Willys, a lot like this one here. This is Grandpa's Jeep, so that kind of has a lot of meaning to me because my grandpa started us out in an old Willys.
This is my 1948 Willys CJ2A. I call it Grandpa's Jeep because it was my grandpa's hunting rig. It kind of, after Grandpa died, it kind of sat around in a couple different cousins' places, and finally ended up in my hands, and I've rebuilt everything mechanically, but I've kind of kept the grunge look to it. If you want to see what it can do, look at my YouTube channel, Grandpa's Jeep or Stan Fuller. Met the greatest people in these old Jeeps, and it's just a great community, and everybody helps out and has fun together, and is very supportive. I've really enjoyed it.
It's just a great group of people, but these old Jeeps have so much class and style, and they take us to so many new places like this in the backcountry, and we love it.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We had a great time today checking out Silver Basin and all the old mines on our way up to Imogene Pass.
It was awesome. My favorite part was seeing all the beautiful waterfalls out here. We had an awesome time out here exploring this beautiful San Juan Mountains with our family and friends. While we love Utah, there is so much beauty to be seen just a hop, skip, and a jump away.
But remember, there's adventure around every corner.
All you have to do is get out and find your own.
At your leisure.